Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about one of the important concepts ever SQL Server DBA and developer should know, recovery models. We will cover three things: how to check the current recovery model of the database, how to change the recovery model, and most importantly, we will talk about the backup behavior according to the recovery model. So this is super important because choosing the wrong recovery model can mean different between recovering your data during a disaster or losing hours. Before we touch SQL Server Management Studio, let's quickly understand what a recovery model actually is. So I prepared one definitions I am already shared on the screen. A recovery model is a database property that control two things. First is long how long SQL Server log transaction in the transaction log. Second is what kind of backup and restore are possible for that database. So firstly, understand there are three type of recovery models in SQL Server. First is simple, second is full, and third is backlog. In simple, transaction log is automatically truncated after each checkpoint. You guys knows that the SQL Server has two data files. One is log files and one is MDF files, that is data files, and one is LDF file, that is log files. The LDF files has our transaction backup. Transactions means whatever DLM operation we are performing, like insert, update, delete. That transactions are kept in the transaction log files. So in this way, the log files the SQL Server is maintaining. If we select the database recovery model as simple, whenever any transaction that is going after each checkpoint, the transaction log is automatically truncated. So it's automatically truncated the transaction log files which is not used. Which transaction is not used means the which transaction is rollback or committed is not used is automatically truncated from the transaction log files. But when we come to the point of backup recovery area, then point in time recovery is not possible in the case of simple because the transaction log which we are maintaining for point in time recovery are automatically truncated in simple. These databases, simple databases, are basically used for test environments and development environments. Now we will talk about full recovery model. In full recovery model, every transaction that is logged and kept until a long backup run. This means that our transactions backup, every DML operations, we keep the transactions in our LDF files and we keep the backup of that files to so that we can perform any point in time recovery. Suppose my full backup is happened on Sunday and my database is I lost the database on Wednesday. After I am using full backup recovery, I will apply the transaction log backup up to Wednesday so that I can recover up to that specific point of time. This way, the transaction log backup help us to recover the database up to the time which we want. And this is the standard for our production database. We always keep the production database in full recovery mode. Third is backlog. This is the similar to full, but there are some operations, bulk operations like we have any ETL jobs running at the night, and we have any index event activity, and we have any select star from jobs are running which have multiple insert in the database in millions of rows of databases inserted with that ETL process. These kind of operations are skipped from keeping in the transaction log to keep the database faster. But there are some limitation that after these operations we are not able to do point in time recovery. So keep in mind that we have three recovery modes: simple, full, and bulk load. In simple, we can do point in time recovery. Oh, in simple, we cannot do point in time recovery. In bulk, it is in some cases we can do, but in some cases we can. In full, we can keep the production database in full. Always keep the production database in full recovery mode, and we are able so that we can able to do point in time recovery whenever we are needed. I will show you in SQL Server Management Studio now. Where to check this? Now I'm going to connect the SQL Server instance. There are two ways to check the SQL Server instance. We can check with queries also. Select name from this dot database. You can simply check the recovery model from here. This is the model number description. For one is for full and the three is for simple. It keep. You can see our test database in full recovery model right now. Adventure database in full, but rest of the adventures are in simple. And temp database, master database are in simple. Temp database automatically reset whenever we restart the SQL server. So we kept in simple. Always kept in simple. So in this way we can check. We can also alter the database. If we want to change the test database from full to simple, I can also use command alter database test set recovery simple. With this command, I can also switch the database from full to simple. You can re-verify this. You can see our test database in simple mode now. Now I am again converted into full state. You can again verify. Now it is in full. You can do from SQL Server Management Studio also. You can click on click on the test database. I'm going to check for test database right now. Select the properties. Now go to the options. You can see the recovery model is our full. You can simply choose any of the recovery model and simply press OK. For again verification, you can choose query or also you can use GUI tool. You can see this is very simple. Now I will check with GUI tool. Go to the properties here. Option. Yeah, this is simple now. I am making it into full again. You always keep in mind that whenever we are going to convert from simple to full, our transaction log backups are started. And it is started, but it does not work if we want to restore it. So we always keep whenever we convert the simple to full, we always keep the full. We always prefer to run the full database backup. So you can also run the full database backup whenever you convert from simple to full recovery model, because that transaction logs are applied on this full recovery on this full backup. So always keep the backup running. This is the one point I need to mention. And there is one point also we got. I will show you. There are files present. This is our data files, and this is our transaction log files. Whenever we use the simple, it automatically truncated the log file, so its size remain limited, not so much bigger. When we use it recovery model as full, the size of this test underscore log that is keeping our transaction keep on growing. So we always better to take the backup of these files, and we also keep on shrinking these files time to time. So we are at in our in maintenance activity. So these are the 2 points I want to cover with this general notes with this recovery model. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.